Here's the Luostarinen boarding major on Blake, and it's a classic case of calling a play based on results. So I'm going to look at the play from the perspective of both players, starting with Blake. Blake's going to go back for this puck. He feels pressure. All he wants to do is knock this puck away with his backhand and then turn away from contact slightly and brace himself for contact. But he gets hooked on the process. His hands get locked up, his stick gets locked up, and he can't swipe at the puck. So he goes over it. So now he needs to get himself reset for battle. So he kind of stops up to try and re-engage and try and win position back over that puck. He does nothing wrong here. It's not his fault he gets hooked, but he ends up in a very awkward position. If he's not being hooked, he knocks that puck away on his backhand and then turns towards the camera slightly behind the net and either skates away or is able to brace himself for contact. But he can't do that because his hands are hooked up. So it prevents him from continuing to skate because he loses all speed and balance. And it also means that he has to turn back towards the puck. So that's why he stops close to the boards. He doesn't put himself in a vulnerable position. He's forced into it. As for Luostarinen, he doesn't show any signs of wanting to drive Blake through the boards or do anything malicious at all. He's just trying to eliminate the stick because he knows he's going to lose the battle. So if he can get Blake's stick out of the way, that'll buy him some time so he can roll off and get body position and come out of there with a chance at the puck. And that's exactly what he does. He goes for the stick first, stick on stick, eliminates it, but his stick gets hung up in there. As he rolls off to the side, he doesn't go far enough to avoid contact because his hands are pinned up just like Blake's are. It's accidental, but he doesn't get away in time. And of course, that puts Blake in a vulnerable position. So when he does roll off and use his hip, he drives him into the boards instead of just going hip to hip and kind of bouncing off his body. But really, all this is a hook and then an attempted hip-to-hip check that ends up with a catastrophic result. All because of a hooking minor penalty is the cause of all of this. And that wasn't even going to be called. The official in the quarter had no arm up for anything, the hook or this body check. And then they end up calling it a major penalty off that? And look, on the other side, I get it. Luostarinen is the cause of all of this. He hooks a player, then he makes body contact, and it creates a violent impact into the boards on an opponent. And because of the injury, that increases it to a major penalty. I get how the rule book works, but it's very frustrating that we're all talking about this hit when we've seen players ignore the puck completely and not try and do anything body position-wise. They're just thinking hit all the way from the blue line in, stick up in the air, cross-check to the back, directly through the numbers into the boards, and we don't say a word because nothing happens to the opponent. They don't get hurt, so we think, oh, well, everything was fine. And then this player who's actually trying to go stick on stick, it goes wrong for him, and then he doesn't go through the numbers. He rolls to the side and almost avoids contact completely, and we're saying this is the worst hit we've ever seen, and it's an automatic major penalty. That we need to change. We need to punish the players who get lucky by doing the wrong things, just as much as we would punish this player who is unlucky trying to do the right thing.